right. Good afternoon, and welcome to day number 1 of the TNT Fireworks Bassmaster Bass Nation Northeastern Regional here on the Potomac River in Charles County, Maryland. We appreciate all of you coming out, and we're going to give a huge shout out to two of our hosts this week, Charles County Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Maryland Bass Nation for helping put this all together. We cannot thank those guys enough. And, of course, all our viewers back home on Bassmaster.com for tuning in today, and all you wonderful fans, presidents, state reps out here today, give yourselves a big round of applause. And we can't do any of this without our wonderful Bassmaster sponsors. Of course, this year, TNT Fireworks, the title sponsor for the Bass Nation Series, along with all of our official sponsors, Toyota, Progressive, Bass Pro Shops, Dakota Lithium, Humminbird, Mercury, Minn Kota, Nitro Boats, Power Pole, Ranger Boats, Rapala, Skeeter, and Yamaha. And our supporting sponsors, AFCO, Daiwa, Garmin, Luz, Marathon, Triton Boats, and VMC. Give those folks a big round of applause if you don't mind. Give them, we can't do this without them. Thank you. As we start every way, and if you would, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. All right. Can't weigh a single fish. I'm going to bring up the weighmaster for this week, Mr. Chris Bose, Vice President of Tournaments for Bassmaster. Thank you, Chris. Chris, good. You know, we're here on the Potomac fishing. I'm sure is pretty good as it usually is here. What are we looking for this week?
Yeah, I mean, weight-wise, I think if an angler can catch 12, 13 pounds, going to keep them in probably that final day cut. But what I think is most exciting is to be at these Bass Nation events. They're really near and dear to my heart. I came through the New York Bass Nation, so obviously rooting them on a little bit. But just to be here and see these grassroots level anglers competing, and we know when they have the opportunity to make it to the next level. You look at just our, 2 tournaments ago on our Bassmaster Elite Series, the final 2 anglers standing up there for that big blue trophy, former Bass Nation champions. So it really shows you the caliber of anglers that come through this league, and looking forward to a great week here. Let's weigh some fish.
Let's get these fish. Let's get this weigh-in started. Let me turn that down just a little bit right there. I know these guys are ready to weigh some fish. 11 states and 1 Providence represented this week at the TNT Fireworks Bass Nation Northeastern Regional. Let's bring up our first non-boater. Mr. Chris Adams out of New Hampshire. Come on, right here in the middle, Chris. Let's get a weight on this one fish today. Tough day, man, 2.5, but hey, glad to have you here on this stage.
Yeah, it was a tough day, a lot of 14 inchers, but I just want to say thanks to my family, and I had one heck of a boater today.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We'll see you tomorrow, man. Good luck. Next up, a Delaware non-boater, Bobby Smith. Bobby's bringing us 3 fish. So, Bobby, you know, you're going to jump into the non-boater lead right here. A good start. A really good start. 9 pounds, 3 ounces. 9 pounds, 3 ounces. Go ahead and hold a couple of those up. Bobby Smith getting us started right on the non-boater side. First place overall currently. 9 pounds, 3 ounces. What? Bobby Smith, 9 pounds, 3 ounces. Well, let's bring up another non-boater. This guy's out of the state of Maine, Evan Miller. Evan's bringing us 3 today. Pretty good day.
Solid day. Could only get him on one bait, though.
Really good start. 7 pounds and 4 ounces. 7 pounds, 4 ounces for you. Thank you, Evan. We'll see him tomorrow. Coming up next, John Miller. John Miller out of the state of Delaware. John saying rough day, but hey, you got the loudest fan out there.
Yeah, she's good to us. She's our cheerleader on all the tournaments.
2 pounds, 6 ounces on those, John. 2 pounds, 6 ounces. Next up, we're going to weigh our first boater, Mr. Ed String out of New Jersey.
Yeah, thank you.
Ed's bringing us 3 today, man. Too shy of that limit. What happened to those?
It's a rough one out there. I'm not going to lie. It's a grind.
He says it's a rough one. Well, hopefully it improves a little bit tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow, man. Next up on the non-boater side, Josh Gearin out of Pennsylvania, non-boater. And, man, Josh, also the state president of Pennsylvania, so, man, we sure do appreciate all you do. 5-6 on those, Josh, 5-6.
Just real quick, I want to thank everybody at Bass, Maryland Bass Nation, and Charles County for putting this on. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. We wouldn't go out and be able to fish all day, so thank y'all.
Well, man, we appreciate that, and we couldn't do it without you, Josh. Thank you. Next up, non-boater Logan Riley. Logan's bringing us 3 fish. Decent day.
Yeah, it was slow, but all right.
6 pounds and 1 ounce on those, Logan. 6 pounds and 1 ounce. Coming up next, Brian Jarvis out of Rhode Island. Brian bringing us 2 today. He says, yeah. That's not a good yeah.
No, it's not a good, tough day.
3-2 on those. 3-2 on those. Thank you, Brian. See you tomorrow, man. Next up, boater out of Connecticut, 5 bass limit, Mr. Tim Talento. Tim, good to see you again. I saw you at the Bass Nation Championship last year, and it looks like you're bringing us 5 more on day 1.
Yeah, I'm stressed out there. It's a tough place to fish. I tell you what, it's tough.
Well, he says it's tough right now, but he just jumped into the lead, 11 pounds and 5 ounces, all the way up to first place for Mr. Tim Talento. Thank you, Tim. Let's keep this thing moving. Mr. Ed Riley on the boater side. And Mr. Ed, it looked like he had a pretty good bag backstage, bringing us 5 on the boater side out of the state of Maryland. Watch out. 13 pounds and 12 ounces for Mr. Ed Riley. New leader on day number 1. Again, this week we got 11 states and 1 province represented, Northeastern Regional. 5 fish on the boater side and 3 fish on the non-boater side. That's what these guys went out on the Potomac River looking to catch, and Mr. Ed Riley just jumped into the lead on the boater side with 13 pounds and 12 ounces. Coming up next, New Jersey boater Jared Litch. Good start for Jared today. 11 pounds, 2 ounces, right up there into third place, Currently. Next up, Rhode Island boater Jeremy Sadowski. Jeremy's bringing us 5 fish today. 5 fish for Jeremy. Good start.
Yeah, all right. A little tougher than practice today, but we'll take it. 5, so can't complain.
Says he cannot complain. He sure can't. 15 pounds and 12 ounces all the way up to first place for this Rhode Island boater. Jeremy Sadowski, 15 pounds and 12 ounces right over there on the side. Let's give him a big round of applause. 15 pounds, 12 ounces. That's going to have him sitting really good at the end of the day. Let's keep this thing rolling. Our first Delaware boater, Mr. Neil Wharton. Neil, 1 fish today, man. Need a little improvement tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. No, I threw all the big ones back. I'm going for smallest fish.
Hey, that's all right, too, man. Well, we sure do appreciate you coming out. Thank you, Neil. Next up, non-boater, Paul Baker out of Connecticut. Paul's got us 2 today. 4 pounds and 3 ounces. 4 pounds and 3 ounces for Mr. Paul Baker. Next up, Maine boater John DeGennaro, bringing us 5 today. 5 to the scale. Right here in the middle, John. Looks like a pretty decent start.
Yeah, not bad. Had a tough practice, but learned a few things each day and put something together a little bit today. Hopefully they'll bite again for me tomorrow.
Good start, 13 pounds and 9 ounces. All the way up to third place for this Maine boater. And all of these guys are bringing these fish across the stage. We keep them in these nice holding tanks full of aerated water, and they're going to go right off and head straight to that AFCO Yamaha live release boat. Next up, New Hampshire non-boater Dave Mativer. Mr. Dave's bringing us 1 today on the non-boater side. What happened to the other 2?
Oh, it was a good day still.
He says it was a great day on the water. Well, man, we sure do appreciate you. Next up, New Jersey boater Bill Canwisher. Bill, looks like you had a good start. 5 fish limit for Bill. Good start indeed. 15 pounds and 9 ounces all the way up to second place. All the way up to second place for this New Jersey boater, Mr. Bill Canwisher, 15 pounds and 9 ounces. Let's keep this thing rolling. Maine non-boater, Mr. James Lowe. James bringing us 1 today. 2 pounds, 6 ounces on that one, James. 2 pounds and 6 ounces. Next up, coming up next, Dan Conisty out of Pennsylvania. Bringing us 2, but he says he's got 1 he wants to weigh for big fish. 5 pounds, 14 ounces. 5 pounds, 14 ounces. That's a good one right there. £3 pounds, 11 ounces on that one. 3 pounds, 11 ounces. That'll get us started for big fish on the Boater side, 3 pounds and 11 ounces. Next up, boater out of Ontario. We're going to get our first Canadian up on this stage, and Andre Kalanick. And Andre Koviance, 5 fish today for Mr. Andre. And he kept them alive. 11-11 for you, Andre. Really good start, man. Really good start. Thanks for coming down. Next up, non-boater out of the state of New York, Mr. Mike Bell. Mike bringing us 3 fish today. Looks like a decent day for you.
Not too bad of a day. We'll see if we can do it tomorrow.
Really good start. 8 pounds, 2 ounces, all the way up to second place. Mike Bell out of New York, all the way up to second place currently. 8 pounds and 2 ounces on the non-boater side. Coming up next, Maine boater, Tony Gilardi the second. Tony bringing us 5 out of the state of Maine. Looks like a really good start as well. Indeed, 15 pounds and 6 ounces for Tony, all the way up to third place. Tony Gilardi out of Maine, third place. 15 pounds and 6 ounces. He's going to try to take over the big fish. He did that as well. 3 pounds, 14 ounces. Really good start for you, Tony. Really good start on day one.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Had a lot of fun today.
A lot of fun. We'll see if you can do it again tomorrow, man. Good luck. Next up, Aaron Orsi out of Massachusetts. Aaron's bringing us 2 today. 2 fish for you today. 4 pounds, 10 ounces on those, man. 4 pounds, 10 ounces. A little bit tougher day.
Yeah, got another chance tomorrow.
See what happens tomorrow, man. Thank you, Aaron. Next up, Gerald Conley out of New Jersey. Mr. Gerald with a J. Not too bad. 2 pounds, 10 ounces on that one, Mr. Gerald.
Beautiful. Rough day. Long.
Hey, you always got tomorrow.
Definitely.
Well, good luck, man. Thank you. Next up, non-boater out of New Jersey, John Rutch. John Ruck, 2 pounds even on that one, John. 2 pound even. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. Ontario boater, Mr. Charles Sim. You got a couple guys hollering for you out there.
Yeah, we got some fans. I wish I had more fish for them, but I came out here and grinded it. I was hoping to make another run at the Classic. I was fortunate enough to get to the Classic in 2016, and some guys from this field are going to make it, and it's a great time for them.
It sure is, man. And we appreciate you, Charles. Go make up for it tomorrow. Coming up next, boater out of Ontario, Travis Surrett. Travis bringing us 4 fish today. 4 fish on day number 1, TNT Fireworks, Bass Nation Northern Regional. A really good 4 fish limit right here. 13 pounds and 6 ounces, 1 shy of that limit, man. I know that's kicking you right now.
It is, but I had my opportunities. I only had about 7 or 8 bites, so I had a chance, but I'm going to go out there tomorrow and I'm going to wreck them.
We'll go out there and do just that. Thank you, Mr. Travis. 13-6, sitting in 6th place currently for Travis. Coming up next, non-boater out of Maryland, Gregory Ledwell. Greg's bringing us 2 today. 2 today. Looks like 2 decent ones.
Yeah, man.
6 pounds even, all the way up to 5th place. All the way up to 5th place. We'll see how long that'll hold out for you, Greg. Next up, boater out of Connecticut, Todd Rose. Todd's bringing us 5. And I'm all right, man. How are you? Looks like you had a good day.
Yeah, pretty good day. Yeah, I was happy.
14 pounds and 6 ounces for Todd, all the way up to 4th place. Todd Rose out of Connecticut, 14 pounds, 6 ounces, all the way up to 4th place. Next up, out of the state of Maryland, Adam Poe. Adam on the non-boater side this week, so he was looking for 3, but's bringing us 1 today.
That's it. It's a tough day out there, man.
1 pound, 15 ounces for you. 1 pound, 15 ounces, Adam. Next up, Ontario new non-boater, Richard Bilodeau. 1 pound, 12 ounces on those. 1 pound, 12 ounces. Next up, Vermont boater, Jason Roberts. Jason Roberts bringing us 3, but says he's got a really good one in there. Them 3 will go 713, 713. Jason Roberts, 713's going to try to take over Big Fish. Let's see if this will take over the Big Bass. It sure did. 4 pounds and an ounce. Jason Roberts took over the Big Bass on the boater side. Next up, on the non-boater side, Ron Stierstorfer out of Maryland. Good, Ron. How are you? Bringing us 3 today? Got your limit? Going to be a decent start for you.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Well, let's see if he can take over the lead. Looking for 9-4. 9 pounds and 7 ounces all the way up to 1st place for Mr. Ron. Ron Stierstorfer out of Maryland. 9 pounds, 7 ounces all the way up to 1st place on the non-boater side. He says he's going to see if he can repeat that again tomorrow. Next up, Massachusetts boater, Mo Campbell. Mo bringing us 2 today, man. 2 today.
It changed overnight. It's a tidal fishery, so it's going to change tomorrow, too.
Well, let's see if you can change with it. Thank you, Mo. Next up, boater out of Pennsylvania, Doug Savino. Doug's bringing us 5 out of Pennsylvania. Good start. Good start for Mr. Doug. 12 pounds, 12 ounces, sitting in 8th place right now, man. Good start. Coming up next, non-boater out of Rhode Island, Chris McCarthy. Chris bringing us 3 today on the non-boater side. Going to be a nice little start for you.
Hopefully.
7 pounds, 11 ounces, all the way up into 4th place. 4th place. Next up, Massachusetts non-boater Jesse Manning. Jesse bringing us 1 today. 1 pound, 15 ounces. 1 pound, 15 ounces. Thank you, Jesse. Next up, Vermont non-boater David Matthew. On the boater side. Bringing us 4 today. 10 pounds, 2 ounces for you, David. 10 pounds, 2 ounces. Next up, non-boater out of New Jersey, Dave Haas. Dave bringing us 2. 5 pounds, 10 ounces. Go ahead and grab that big one and go grab you a quick picture with it. Dave Haas looking for a big bass on the non-boater side. Yeah, looking for 210 right here. Think he's going to have that. Yes, indeed. 3.5 pounder, 3 pounds, 8 ounces right there. Took over a big bass on the non-boater side. Next up, new boater out of Rhode Island, R.J. Rissy. RJ bringing us 5, 11 pounds, 8 ounces. 11 pounds, 8 ounces. £11 pounds, 8 ounces, R.J. Ritchie. Next up, Giuseppe Andrelli. Giuseppe bringing us 2 today. On the non-boater side, 4 pounds, 11 ounces, 4 pounds, 11 ounces. Thank you. Coming up next, William Woodall from Delaware. Jeremy bringing us 4 fish today. 9 pounds, 9 ounces on those, Jeremy. Thank you. Next up, Connor Cahill out of New Jersey. He's on the boater side. Connor bringing us 5 today. 5 on the boater side. Good start for you.
I think so.
Says he thinks so. 14 pounds and an ounce all the way up to 5th place. Go ahead and hold a couple of those up. Connor Cahill, 14 pounds, 1 ounce. Next up, Maine non-boater David Pfeiffer. Mr. David, how are you doing? 3 fish on the non-boater side. Good start. Good start.
So, thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good time. Yeah.
8 pounds, 5 ounces all the way up to 3rd place. Go ahead and grab those. Go ahead and get a quick photo, man. Looks like that was a really good boat to ride out in this morning. David, 8 pounds and 5 ounces. Looking to repeat that tomorrow. Next up on the boater side, out of the state of Maine, Dennis Carter Carrier. Dennis Carrier with a good solid limit. 10 pounds, 14 ounces, man. Got you sitting, looks like 14th right now, but we'll see how long it'll hold out.
Yes, sir.
10 pounds, 4 ounces. Thank you. Next up, non-boater out of Connecticut, Vinny Mucci. Man, Vinny on the non-boater side, but man, this guy puts in a lot of work. Back home in Connecticut, he's your state president out of Connecticut, and it looks like he put in a good bag on the water. Looking for 9 pounds and 8 ounces. 9 pounds and 5 ounces all the way up to 2nd place. Vinny Mucci all the way up to 2nd place. 2nd place on the non-boater side for this Connecticut non-boater. 9 pounds, 5 ounces. Pretty fish. Looking to take over Big Bass, and he just did that as well. All the way to 2nd place in Big Bass, man. Great start to your day. Next up, Rhode Island boater, Joshua Smith. What's up, Josh? How are you? Josh bringing us 3.
Yeah, I got 3 only.
6 pounds, 7 ounces. Hey, that might keep you there. Next up, Rhode Island non-boater, Brandon Regenault. Bringing us 1 today for you, Brandon. 2 pounds, 8 ounces, Brandon. Thank you. Delaware boater, Rodney Overdick, coming up. Rodney's bringing us 5. Going to be a solid start for you.
Yep, way big one.
Says he's going to weigh a bigger one. Good solid start. 14 pounds and 9 ounces all the way up to 4th place. Go ahead and hold a couple of those up, Rodney. Rodney's going to look at this big bass on the boater side. Looking for 4-1, but I don't think we're going to have any problem with this one. 5 pounds and 12 ounces. Rodney all the way up to 4th place, and then that big bass, 5-12. Coming up next, Scott Robert, main boater. 3 fish for us today. 3 fish for us today, Scott. Man, hey, what happened to them other 2?
They weren't cooperating.
Good 3, though. 7 pounds, 3 ounces, 20th place currently. 20th place currently, Scott. Coming up next, out of the state of Vermont, Greg DeSalle. Greg's bringing us 1 today. 2 pounds, 10 ounces, 14th place currently. Solid fish to get you started this week. Next up, New York boater, Mr. Lucas Matt. Lucas, good start. 5 fish today. 5 fish today. Got to be like where you're going to start.
Oh, absolutely. You got to start there and go up from there. That's the goal.
That's right. Well, 13 pounds and 12 ounces all the way up to 7th place currently. Thank you, Mr. Luke. Next up, Brian Pinot out of Connecticut. Brian bringing us 1 fish today. 2 pounds, 4 ounces, Brian. Thank you. See you tomorrow, man. Next up, Rhode Island non-boater, Timothy Rivette. Timothy bringing us 1 today. A little bit of a tough day, but hey, recover tomorrow.
Tough day today, but today's a tough day, but always tomorrow is right. So
That's right, man. Go out there and see what happens. Thank you, Tim. Coming up next, boater out of New Jersey, Cliff Humphreys. Cliff's got 4 for us right here in the middle, man. We wanted to make sure all our fans out here get a good look at you and all our fans back home watching on Bassmaster.com. 11 pounds, 4 ounces for you, Cliff. 15th place currently. Next up on the non-boater side, Cooper Haas. Cooper representing Pennsylvania. Right here in the middle. Cooper's bringing us 3 fish. Going to be a solid start. 8 pounds, 3 ounces all the way up to 5th place. He's going to hold up a couple of those. Cooper Haas out of Pennsylvania, 8 pounds, 3 ounces, 5th place currently. Next up on the boater side, bringing us 5 fish, Noah Winslow out of Connecticut. Right there in the middle, Noah. Going to be a solid start, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. 14 pounds, 7 ounces, all the way up to 5th place. 5th place for Noah Winslow. And again, that was a really solid boat to ride out in. 2 guys shot right up the leaderboard. Next up, Stephen Hanna. Stephen's coming out of New Jersey, bringing us 5 today. Good start indeed. 15 pounds and 7 ounces all the way up to 3rd place for this New Jersey boater. Stephen Hanna. Next up, boater out of Delaware, Mr. Andrew Dick. Come right here in the middle. Bringing us 1 today. 1 today. Team. He said he's waiting for the team.
It's a great day today.
Well, man, we appreciate you.
New Jersey caught a good bag. Put me around the fish, but I didn't catch them.
Well, hey, look, there's always tomorrow to recover. Thank you, Andy. Next up, main non-boater, Shane Gagnon. Two fish for us today, Shane. Let's see how far the leaderboard will get you. 4 pounds, 7 ounces, 14th place on those two. So, hey, not a bad start. Not a bad start. Coming up next, Jean-Marie Landry. Jean out of Vermont, bringing us 4 fish on the boater side. Can you get this one? Hit the button. Jean, 11 pounds, 2 ounces. 11 pounds, 2 ounces, 19th place currently. Next up, Connecticut boater. Bringing us 5 fish. Garrett Kruger. Another good start for another Connecticut boater. Let's see how far we can get you up, man.
Appreciate it.
14 pounds, 15 ounces, all the way up to 5th place currently. Garrett Kruger. Garrett Kruger out of Connecticut, 14 pounds and 15 ounces. Next up, non-boater out of the state of New Hampshire, Robert Balageron. Robert Ballargen bringing us 2 fish, 5 pounds, 4 ounces. Solid start, though. 13th place right now. 13th place currently. Next up, Pennsylvania boater bringing us 5 fish. Aaron Green. Right here in the middle, Aaron. Aaron's bringing us 5. Going to have you a decent start for the day. Boom, all the way to 2nd place. 15 pounds and 9 ounces. Pennsylvania boater, Aaron Green. Not just a good start, but a great start for Mr. Aaron. All the way up to a 2nd place. I know. I don't know that. Coming up next, Massachusetts non-boater, James D'Ambra. James bringing us 3 fish, and I assume that was a pretty good boat to ride out in today.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good day for James. 9 pounds even. 9 pounds even all the way up to 4th place. James D'Ambra, 4th place. 9 pounds even. Let's get this New Hampshire non-boater up to the stage. Mr. Jeff Moore. Jeff on the non-boater side out of the state of New Hampshire won today. A little bit of a tough day, but hey, go out there and get a couple tomorrow.
Do our best. That's all.
He kept this one alive, too. Jeff Moore, 2 pounds, 4 ounces. 2 pounds, 4 ounces. Next up, Delaware boater on the boater side, Jason Vaughn. Jason out of the state of Delaware bringing us 2 today. 2 today. 2 good ones. 6 pounds, 3 ounces, man. Needed 3 more like those 2.
No excuses. I should have them.
Well, go out there and get them tomorrow. Coming up next, Wes Viverberg out of New York, a non-boater. This morning I was wrong. 7 pounds, 15 ounces. How do you say it? Your boater. Thank you. Wes, good start. 8th place currently, man. 8th place, 7 pounds, 15 ounces. On the non-boater side. Coming up next is Vermont boater, Casey Barofio. Casey bringing us 5. Solid start for you, Casey.
Yeah, it was fun.
11 pounds and an ounce, 11 pounds and an ounce. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. Coming up next, Billy Gilbert, New York boater right here. Billy bringing us 5 right here in the center, man. Got to make sure they see you back home. Great start. 14 pounds, 13 ounces. 7th place. 7th place for Billy Gilbert out of New York. Billy Gilbert, 7th place overall. 14 pounds, 13 ounces. Next up, Pennsylvania non-boater Mike Creep. Mike Creep coming with 6 pounds, 7 ounces, 11th place currently, 11th place, so a good start for Mike. Next up, coming up now, Maryland non-boater Jimmy Eny. Jimmy coming up right here. 3 fish for us today. Great start. 8 pounds, 5 ounces on the non-boater side. 5th place. 5th place for Jimmy. Next up, Eric Markstaller out of Connecticut. Eric bringing us 4. Missing that 1, man.
Yeah, I had a good spot, and I snapped off 1 for about 4 pounds, but we'll get him next time.
That would have went a long way. Well, hopefully you can get him tomorrow, Eric. Thank you. Next up, Delaware boater Fabian Rodriguez. Man, Fabian about jumped out of his shoes right there. Fabian bringing us 5 today. And Delaware always has the loudest fan.
Yeah, it was a little struggle. I didn't get any big ones. My partner lost a real nice one. I'm around them. I just got to get them to bite.
Well, you kept them alive. They're not wanting to be still down there. 11 pounds, 12 ounces for you, Fabian. Thank you, sir. Next up, Ernest Weathersby. Mr. Ernest coming out of Massachusetts. Bringing us 2 today. 2 today. Says he dropped a 5-pounder, and that would have went a long way.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it would have.
Well, man, go out there and get him tomorrow.
Oh, I'm going.
He says he's going to. Thank you, Ernest. Next up, New Jersey non-boater Chris Miller. Chris with 3 on the non-boater side. 5 pounds, 12 ounces, 15th place. Solid start, man. Next up, Michael Camus out of Vermont. 6 pounds, 9 ounces for you, Michael. 6 pounds, 9 ounces. Thank you. Next up, on the boater side. Out of Ontario, Fern Campo. Fern bringing us 4 fish today. 8 pounds, 10 ounces for you. 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Hey, missing that 1.
Just the one. I had it on a couple of times, and I just couldn't get any big ones. This is a tough fishery for us Canadians, let me tell you. But I'm glad to be here and glad to represent Canada.
Well, man, we're glad to have you. Thank you. Let's keep it rolling. Connecticut non-boater, Bob Jeffrey. Bob Jeffrey bringing us 3 fish on the non-boater side. Good start. 7 pounds, 4 ounces for you. That's got you feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I'm starting there. Gotta have a place to start anyways.
That's right, man. Hey, you got to start good if you want to make it to tomorrow. Coming up next, boater on the Ontario, Phil Curtis. Phil bringing us 4. 8 pounds, 15 ounces for you. 8 pounds, 15 ounces. Thank you. Next up, non-boater. Out of New Hampshire, Scott Lepinen. Scott bringing us 1 today. £1, 12 ounce for you, Scott. See you tomorrow, man. Next up, Connecticut boater Mike Shea. Mike's bringing us four solid ones. 7 pounds, 15 ounces for you, Mike. Next up, non-boater out of Massachusetts, Jerry Ramasky. Jerry Ramasi. 1 pound, 11 ounces. 1 pound, 11 ounces for you, Jerry. Next up, Maryland non-boater, Skylar Morris. Right there in the middle, Skylar. Right there in the middle. Skylar bringing us three today. 6 pounds, 10 ounces. Good start. Good start for you, Skylar. 13th place currently. Next up, Rhode Island boater, Mario Villegas. Four pounds even on the boater side. Next up, Ronald Nopka out of New Hampshire. Ronald bringing us 5 on the boater side. Right there in the middle, Mr. Ron. Good start. 12 pounds and an ounce, 17th place.
Good enough for now.
Hey, good enough for now. Well, hey, he says it's a grind, but he's going to go grind them up again tomorrow. Maryland boater, Andrew Sams. Right there in the middle, Andrew. Andrew, 5 fish. 5 good ones from the looks of it. 15 pounds, 12 ounces, all the way up into first place. Andrew Sams, Maryland boater, 15 pounds, 12 ounces, all the way up to first place currently. Next up, Rhode Island non-boater, Michael Schrader. Mike, bring us one today.
Not a big one.
1 pound, 14 ounces. Well, man, go get him tomorrow. Next up, Massachusetts boater, Michael Mello Jr. Says he's got 4, but he had a couple pretty decent ones. Well, let's see how far these 4 will get you, Michael. 4 pretty good ones, 10 pounds, 3 ounces, 28th place. Hey, just get that one more tomorrow, and you should jump way up there.
Absolutely. Love you, babe.
Next up, Bryce Poland. Bryce, non-boater out of Maine. Bryce bringing us 3 fish. Decent start.
Yeah, pretty good.
Good start indeed. 7 pounds even all the way up to 13th place for Bryce Poland. Non-boater out of Pennsylvania. Let's get him up here. Tyler Rush. Tyler bringing us 2, man. I know you'd like to have that one that you're missing.
That's right. Lost it a couple times, maybe. But
4-4 today. 4-4 today, Tyler. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. Next up, Maine boater, John Ferrand. Two fish for you today, John. 5 pounds, 3 ounces, sir. 5 pounds, 3 ounces, and we will see you tomorrow. Next up, out of Maine, Anthony Dulac. Anthony on the boater side. Bringing us 3 today. 3 today. 5 pounds, 13 ounces for you. 5 pounds, 13 ounces. Thank you. Pennsylvania non-boater, Alex Schaefer. Alex bringing us 2 today. What happened to that other one?
It's small. It's line burner.
Line burner, 5 pounds and an ounce. 5 pounds and an ounce. Thank you, Alex. Let's welcome him to the stage, Rich Martin out of Maryland. Rich bringing us 4.
Only 4. Couldn't get the 5th one.
8 pounds, 10 ounces for you, Rich. Thank you, sir. Next up, out of the state of Maine, Tom O'Brien. Tom's bringing us 3 on the non-boater side. 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Great start for Mr. Tom all the way up to 11th place. Next up, Connecticut boater Jim Morris. Jim bringing us 4 fish today. 10 pounds, 13 ounces for you, Jim. 10 pounds, 13 ounces. See you tomorrow, man. Thank you. Next up, Michael Nutter out of Maryland. Look out, 5 fish for Mr. Michael. Looks like a really good bag. 16 pounds, 7 ounces. Michael Nutter all the way up to first place on the boater side. 16 pounds, 7 ounces. He's going to weigh a big bass. Michael just took over the lead on the boater side. 16 pounds, 7 ounces. Not quite 4 pounds, 16 ounces. Come here and talk for a minute. Man, that's a great start. 16-7, 16-7. Got to like where you started, but do you think we can do it again tomorrow?
I hope so. I laid off of them after I got 5 in the boat and went looking for some new stuff, and think we might have found something for tomorrow.
Well, we'll find out. Thank you, Michael. Next up, out of Rhode Island. Rode with Mr. Michael today, Robert Roll Jr. Robert's bringing us 3 fish, non-boater side. 3 pretty good ones. Let's see how far we can get you. Great start, 7 pounds, 12 ounces, sitting in 10th place currently. 10th place currently. Next up, out of Ontario, non-boater, Mike Krause. Mike bringing us 1 fish today. 1 decent one, 2 pounds, 7 ounces. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Next up, out of Massachusetts, Ben Hale on the boater side. Said it could have been a better day. Did you have them on, or?
I lost them, you know how it goes, flipping.
Oh, that's how we go. We'll see if you get them tomorrow. Thank you, Ben. Next up, Matthew Coprash out of Ontario. Three today, 6 pounds, 15 ounces for you. Thank you. New York non-boater, Brent Temple. Brent's bringing us 3. Right there in the middle, Brent. Right there in the middle. Yeah, man, we got to show you off. 7 pounds, 11 ounces. Good start. Tied for 11th right now, man. Says he's staying alive, but I think he's doing a little more than that. Next up, Pennsylvania boater. He's soaking them up pretty good. Harry Kohlberg bringing us 5. Right there in the middle. Must have a pretty good bag. Yes, he does. 15 pounds, 12 ounces, all the way up to 2nd place. I think so. Right out here on the right. Camera guy's in the nice Bassmaster with the big lens right there. Harry Kohlberg out of Pennsylvania. And that is a 3-way tie for 2nd place right now. 3-way tie for 2nd place. 15 pounds and 12 ounces. Harry Kohlberg. Next up, non-boater out of Connecticut, Robert Serrer. Look out. Look out on the co-angler side. Looking for 9 pounds, 8 ounces, 10 pounds even! 10 pounds even for the Connecticut non-boater, Robert Serrer. Robert, Sarah, 10 pounds even. Gonna try the big fish. Looking for 4 pounds and 5 ounces to take over Big Bass. He got it. 4 pounds, 11 ounces. All the way up to first place. First place on the non-boater side. And Big Fish, hey, come here. Where you going? Where you going? I know you're trying to sneak off for me, man. That's 10 pounds even. Really good start.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm happy with it. Tomorrow, hopefully, I can capitalize.
Well, we'll see if you capitalize. Thank you, Rob, man. Good luck. Next up, Ontario non-boater, Andrew Kraus. Andrew, 3 pounds, 11 ounces for you. 3 pounds, 11 ounces for you. Coming up next, boater out of Massachusetts, Mr. Mark Burgess. 3 fish for Mark. Did you have the other 2 on?
I did not. I caught plenty of fish, just those are the only ones that would measure.
Hey, well, go catch some that measure tomorrow, man.
That's great advice.
Thank you, Mark. Next up, Pennsylvania non-boater Mike Trial. Mike right here in the middle. Mike bringing us 1 today. A good one. 3 pounds, 10 ounces. 3 pounds, 10 ounces for you, Mike. Coming up next, out of Ontario, Tom Hardy. Right here in the middle, right here in the middle. Tom, 2 fish today. 6 pounds and an ounce. 6 pounds and an ounce. Well, let's bring another Ontario boater right on up here. Kevin McPhee. Kevin bringing us 1 today. 1 today.
Only 1.
1 good one. 3 pounds, 15 ounces. Coming up next, let's roll him on through. Roger Foraker out of Delaware. Roger bringing us 3. 3 today. 6 pounds, 2 ounces. 20th place currently. 20th place currently. Let's roll on up another Vermont boater, Mr. Bob Wetzler.
I'm going to make a tournament challenge. Right now I'm going to claim the Old Geezer Boat Award. We had 135 years in our boat.
Oh, man. 3 pounds, 8 ounces. 3 pounds, 8 ounces for you, Bob. Thank you. Next up, Jacob Murr out of Delaware. Right there in the middle. Jacob, 1 fish on the non-boater side. 2 pounds, 7 ounces. 2 pounds, 7 ounces. Let's get another Vermont boater up here, Patrick Martin. Patrick, 4 today. 4 pretty good ones. 11-1, man. I know you needed that 1 more.
Yeah, I need the 1 more. I lost 2 fish. That's the deal.
Hey, well, that's fishing, isn't it? Go get them tomorrow. Thank you, Patrick. Next up, New Jersey boater Manuel Cruz. Manny bringing us 5 right there in the middle. Look out. Saying this is a good bag. Let's see how far we can get him up that leaderboard. Looking for 16 pounds, 8 ounces, 17 pounds, 9 ounces. Manny Cruz all the way up to first place. Manny Cruz, first place on the boater side. 17 pounds and 9 ounces. Manny, come right here and talk for a minute, man. Don't sneak off. Don't sneak off. He's trying to leave, man. Just took over the lead. 17 pounds, 9 ounces. How are we feeling about tomorrow?
I'm feeling good. I think my fish will replenish, and I should do the same thing. So I'm feeling good.
Well, man, hope it works out for you. Good luck tomorrow, Manny. Next up, non-boater out of Vermont, Garrett Sisley. Garrett bringing us three pretty good ones. Let's see what he, 7 pounds, 6 ounces, 14th place, man. Great start for you, Garrett. Next up, Sean McKee. Sean coming out of Massachusetts. Sean's got a 5-fish limit as well. 13 pounds, 2 ounces. Solid start for Sean all the way up to 20th place. Next up, Stephen Davis. Stephen coming out of Maryland. Non-boater side, 3 fish today. 3 good ones, 7 pounds even, 18th place currently. Camille Jakowski. Jakowski, yeah. Sorry. Camille Jakowski. Won today, 3-1. Man, it was a good one. Next up, New York boater, Paul. New York non-boater, Paul Decker. Bringing us one. Whoa. He wanted to jump right off the stage. Me too. 2 pounds, 9 ounces. 2 pounds, 9 ounces, Paul. Coming up next, Massachusetts boater, Corey Dominic, bringing us 4 fish today. Corey, 4 fish. 11 pounds, 11 ounces. Good start, man. Hey, you really needed that one. Did you have it on?
I did not have it on. 4 bites all day. Landed every fish. Had the right ones.
Well, you got the 4 right bites, just needing that one. Go find that one tomorrow, Corey. Next up, Delaware boater, Butch Van Drunnen. Non-boater. £5 pounds, 11 ounces for you, Butch. 5 pounds, 11 ounces, 26th place. Hey, right there, hanging around that cut line. Coming up next on the boater side, out of Rhode Island, Cameron Rhodes. Cameron Rhodes out of Rhode Island, bringing us 5 fish. Solid start for your tournament. 12 pounds, 10 ounces, 22nd place right now. 22nd place. You want to hold some up? Let him hold some. Cameron Rhodes out of Rhode Island, 22nd place currently. Joe Sedora. Mr. Joe coming out of Connecticut, and he's bringing us 3 fish. Three fish for Joe, 3 good ones. 8 pounds, 11 ounces, all the way up to 6th place for this Connecticut non-boater. Joe Sedora, 6th place, currently 8 pounds and 11 ounces. 8 pounds and 11 ounces. We're halfway through this weigh-in. We're going to wait. We're going to have to, take a little break here. We're going to wait for these tanks to fill back up. But while we do, we want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors again. TNT Fireworks, of course, is your title for the Bassmaster Bass Nation Series, as well as Toyota, Progressive, Bass Pro Shops, Minn Kota, Nitro Boats, Power Pole, Dakota Lithium, Humminbird, Mercury, Ranger Boats, Rapala, Skeeter, Yamaha. Of course, those are all of our premier sponsors for the Bass Nation Series. We're going to give it a little bit of a break, but while we do, want to fill you in. All these guys battled last year. They worked through each of their respective states and, of course, the Province of Canada to get right here to this regional. 10 boaters, 10 non-boaters from each state battling it out for one spot to go to the Bass Nation Championship, which will be held this fall. Green Pond Landing, Anderson, South Carolina, Lake Hartwell. Going to be a really solid, really fun Bass Nation Championship this year. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast down there at Green Pond Landing. Of course, can't thank those guys enough. And, of course, we can't thank our host this week, Charles County, Maryland. Give them another big round of applause while we got a little bit of a break. Woo! All right, let's get this weigh-in back rolling. Coming up next, non-boater out of Delaware, Jay Walls. Man, I like this Delaware team, man. Y'all are loud, hollering.
Absolutely. We're close enough to get it on. That's it.
5 pounds, 9 ounces for you, Jay. 5 pounds, 9 ounces. We'll see you tomorrow. Next up, Robert Smith out of Maine. Robert bringing us 5. And we also want to give a huge shout out to Robert, Maine State President. He does all the hard work back home in his state. Good start for you as well, Robert. 14 pounds and 8 ounces. 13th place currently.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a tough fight today for everybody.
Well, tough fight, but you figured it out a little bit. We'll see you tomorrow, man. Coming up next, out of Connecticut, Robert Pepe. Robert Pepe 3 fish, 8 pounds, 3 ounces. 8 pounds, 3 ounces. Next up, Rhode Island non-boater, Julian Felix. Julian bringing us one today, right there in the middle, man, right there in the middle. 1 pound, 10 ounces, 1 pound, 10 ounces. Go out and get them other 2 tomorrow, man. Next up, Luis Paradis from Connecticut. Luis Paredes. 3 fish today on the non-boater side, 6'9", solid start, 22nd place for you, Luis. Next up, Massachusetts boater, Bill Barrett. Mr. Bill bringing us 3 on the boater side out of the state of Massachusetts.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you. 5 pounds, 5 ounces, 5 pounds, 5 ounces. Thank you. See you tomorrow, man. Next up, Maryland boater, John Jedry III, bringing us 5 on the boater side. John, solid start for you.
Thank you, thank you.
14 pounds even, 14 pounds even.
It was a slow, tough day.
Well, that's got you sitting in 17th, so sitting right where you need to be. Next up, New York State non-boater, Aaron Bush. Aaron, 3-4 for you today, 3-4 for you. Thank you, sir. Next up, boater out of New York. 4 fish today, Austin Littler. Austin bringing us 4 today. Did you have the 5th one on?
Unfortunately, I did twice.
Said he had it on twice. 8 pounds, 11 ounces, 8 pounds, 11 ounces. Coming up next, out of Maryland, Mike Roselli. Mike bringing us 4 fish today. $10 pounds, 13 ounces. 10 pounds, 13 ounces for you, Mike. Ontario non-boater. Rolling up to the stage out of Ontario, Canada. Anthony Skeins. $2 pounds, 2 ounces for you, Anthony. Thank you, sir. New Jersey non-boater, CJ Tootie. CJ, bring us 1 today. $114 for you, $114 for you, CJ. See you tomorrow, man. Next up, New York boater. Bringing us 5 fish, Joe Matt. Joe Matt, 5 good fish, 5 solid ones, 13 pounds, 5 ounces, 22nd place, 22nd place. Right around the cut. See what we can, if you can upgrade a little bit tomorrow. Another New Hampshire boater, Dave Andrews. Dave Andrews bringing us 5 right there in the middle, Dave. Let's see how far up this leaderboard we can get you. 10 pounds, 12 ounces, 39th place. Thank you, Dave. Ray Rios. Ray coming out of New Jersey on the non-boater side. Ray's bringing us 1 today. 1 today. 3 pounds, 6 ounces, 1 solid one for you, Ray. Good luck tomorrow. Next up, Thomas Waltz out of Vermont. Thomas bringing us 5 fish. 5 fish right there in the middle. Good start. Really good start. Looking for 16 pounds, 10 ounces for Thomas Waltz all the way up to second place for the Vermont boater. Thomas Waltz out of Vermont, 16 pounds, 10 ounces, all the way up to second place. Currently, let's keep this thing rolling. Isaac Hastings out of New York. Isaac on the non-boater side, bringing us 3 fish. Right there in the middle. Let's see what these 3 will go. 6 pounds, 9 ounces, 22nd place, 22nd place. Solid start for this New York non-boater. Let's roll a New York boater right on through. Kevin Steinruck. Kevin's bringing us 5 fish on the boater side out of New York. Going to be a solid start. 12 pounds, 10 ounces, 26th place. Go repeat that tomorrow. See if you can sneak inside that cut line. Gary Belanger out of Connecticut. Gary's bringing us 2 today. Two fish for Mr. Gary today. 2 good ones. 7 pounds even. 2 good ones. 21st place. 21st place for you, Gary. Let's go ahead and bring up this Maryland boater, Michael Duarte. Michael's bringing us 2. 6 pounds, 6 ounces for you, Michael. Thank you. Coming up next, Ron Pelkey. Ron coming out of the state of Maine on the non-boater side. Ron's got 2 for us. 2 for us today. 5 pounds and an ounce for you, Ron. 5 pounds and an ounce. Let's bring this Pennsylvania boater right on up here. Nathan Quince. Yeah, give him to Chris. Nathan bringing us 5 fish. Look out. 17 pounds and 4 ounces. Nathan Quince from Pennsylvania. All the way up to second place. Nathan Quince out of Pennsylvania, second place currently, 17 pounds and 4 ounces. 17 pounds and 4 ounces for you, Nathan. Next up, Patrick Stazowitzki out of New Jersey. Nine pounds, 5 ounces, 9 pounds, 5 ounces, and he's going to weigh a big fish. Weigh a big fish. Patrick Stazowitzki looking for 411. 411 to tie, 412 to take over, 313 on that one, 313. See you tomorrow, man. Solid start, sitting in 3rd place. 3rd place on the non-boater side. Next up, out of the state of Connecticut, Nicholas Papato out of Connecticut on the boater side. Five fish for this Connecticut boater. Really good start. 14 pounds, 15 ounces, 12th place. Tied for 12th place, but sitting in 12th out of Connecticut. Next up, Ontario non-boater, Richard Martin. Richard's got 3 good ones, looking for 10-1. A little short, 8 pounds, 3 ounces, 8 pounds, 3 ounces. Sitting in 10th place. 10th place for you, Richard. James Loomis. James bring us 5 out of the state of New York. 11 pounds, 9 ounces. 11 pounds, 9 ounces. Thank you, sir. Joe DeVoe. Joe DeVoe coming out of Maryland. Joe's bringing us 3 fish. 3 fish today. Non-boater. Non-boater limit. Good start. 7-2. 7-2. 21st place currently. Let's go ahead and get this next New Jersey boater up here. Robert Brennan. Bob Brennan. Five fish. Good start. 16 pounds and 3 ounces. Bob Brennan all the way up to 5th place. He says, I had way more than 5 pounds. 16 pounds, 3 ounces. Bob Brennan. Got Bob sitting solid going into day number 2. Next up, Jacob Zarmitsky out of New York. Is that right? Your last name, did I say it right? 8 pounds, 8 ounces, 3 fish, 8th place currently. 8th place currently for Jacob. Next up, Derek Severins out of Pennsylvania. Derek's bringing us 5 fish today. 5 fish today. 10 pounds, 11 ounces. 10 pounds, 11 ounces. Next up, Maryland non-boater, Vic Brown. Vic's bringing us 1 today. 1 today. Well, while we see if this thing's locked, he's going to weigh 2 pounds, 15 ounces for you, Vic. 2 pounds, 15 ounces. Next up, Mickey Soler out of Connecticut. Mickey bringing us 5 out of Connecticut. Get a weight on these 5. Looks like a decent start for you for sure. £13 pounds, 5 ounces, 26th place currently, man. Solid start, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'll take it.
Well, we'll see if you can upgrade a little bit tomorrow. Coming up next, Olivia Barofio out of Vermont. Olivia bringing us 2 fish today. 2 fish today. 4 pounds and an ounce. 4 pounds and an ounce. 45th place. Olivia's grabbing a quick picture. Coming up next on the boater side, Brett Weingartner. Brett out of the state of Maryland. Right here in the middle, Brett. Brett bringing us 3 today. Whoa. 3 fish today. Three lively ones. 3 lively ones. £8 pounds, 3 ounces for you, Brett. 8 pounds, 3 ounces. Next up, Jonathan Stewart, New Jersey, non-boater. Jonathan bringing us 1 fish today. 1 fish. £1 pound, 8 ounces. £1 pound, 8 ounces for you, Jonathan. Next up, Rhode Island boater, and I'm not even going to attempt this last name, Matty out of Rhode Island. I'm going to let him say his own name. Teach me how to say it.
Sozars.
Sozar? Okay. It's not too bad. Not as bad as it looks. There's a lot of Z's and O's and C's up here on the screen. And a good start. 15 pounds even. Matty's all the way up to 13th place. 13th place for Matty out of Rhode Island. Matty Sojars, 15 pounds, even, 13th place currently. Next up, New Hampshire non-boater, Eric Moulton. Eric's bringing us 2. 6 pounds even, 6 pounds even. Eric Moulton, New Jersey non-boater. Going to weigh one for big fish on the non-boater side. 411 to tie, 412 to take it over. Little short, 4 pounds, 2 ounces, but hey, a little bit of a run at it right there. Next up, Carl Borelli, New York non-boater. Carl's bringing us one today, right here in the middle, right here in the middle. We want everybody to see you if they're watching, and of course, everybody to see you right here. 2 pounds, 5 ounces for you, 2 pounds, 5 ounces for you, Carl. Next up, Robert Ramasi out of Massachusetts. Three fish for Robert. 4 pounds, 12 ounces, 4 pounds, 12 ounces for you, Robert. Thank you. Next up, New Jersey non-boater, Eric Bohm Jr. Three fish for Eric. 7 pounds, 10 ounces. Really solid start, sitting in 18th place. 18th place currently. Next up, Rhode Island boater, Jacob Marcantonio. Jacob's bringing us 5 right there in the middle. Really solid start. 15 pounds, 12 ounces. Jacob all the way up to 6th place. 6th place, tied for 6th place. 15 pounds, 12 ounces. Jacob Marcantonio out of Rhode Island. Michael Zacardini out of New Hampshire. 3 fish for Michael today. 9 pounds even on the boater side. 9 pounds even for you, Michael. Next up, Stephen Griffith. Stephen coming out of Pennsylvania. Steve bringing us 3 today. 6 pounds, 15 ounces for you, Steve. 6 pounds, 15 ounces. Next up, New Hampshire non-boater Alex Gross. Alex Gross, New Hampshire, 3 fish. 6 pounds even, 6 pounds even for you, Alex. Thank you. Keith Clary. Keith Cleary out of New York. Keith's bringing us 5 fish today. 5 fish on the boater side. 11 pounds, 10 ounces for you, Keith. 38th place currently. Next up, Ontario non-boater Stephen Tessier. Stephen bringing us 2 today. 4 pounds, 9 ounces for you, Stephen. 4 pounds, 9 ounces. Thank you. Next up, John Nichols out of Delaware on the non-boater side. John's bringing us 3. Right here in the middle, John. Right here in the middle. Right here in the middle. Right there in the middle. And that's 8 pounds even. All the way up to 14th place for John Nichols. Next up, Keith Cohen out of New Jersey. Looks like Keith's bringing us a solid bag. 5 fish. 5 fish limit for Keith Cohen. 14 pounds, 15 ounces, all the way up to 15th place. 15th place for Keith. Keith's going to grab a couple of them, hold them up. Next up, boater out of New Hampshire, David Towle. David's bringing us 3 fish today. bringing us 3. 7 pounds, 5 ounces, missing those 2.
I have no clue out there. I don't know how those 3 fish jump on my hook.
Well, go figure it out tomorrow. Thank you, David. Next up, New York non-boater, Pete Knight. Pete Knight coming out of New York, bringing us 3 fish today. Six pounds, 11 ounces, 28th place. Decent start, man. See if we can do it again tomorrow. Next up, coming out of Massachusetts on the boater side, Sean Howard. Sean's bringing us 4 today. 4 today, Massachusetts boater. Did you have the last one on?
Yeah, I had it on a couple times. Just want to say hi to my pregnant wife at home. I love you, Ellie, and hi, Ma.
Well, they see you back home on Bassmaster.com. Thank you, Sean. Next up, out of Delaware, Hayden Kent. Hayden's bringing us 3 fish. 3 fish on the non-boater side. 6 pounds, 15 ounces, right into 28th place. A good start for this Delaware non-boater. Next up, Chuck Rowley. Chuck coming out of New York. Bringing us 5 today. Looks like a decent start.
Yeah, it was all right.
11 pounds, 8 ounces, 41st place right now. Next up, Ross Caruso. Ross coming out of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania non-boater, 3 fish. £7 pounds, 11 ounces, 17th place for you. 17th place for you, Ross. We're going to hold on Mr. Mark just 1 second while we put some paper in the receipt machine. We've weighed in 178 anglers. $178 anglers weighed in so far on day number 1 of the TNT Fireworks Northeastern Regional. We'll run down the leaderboard while we're waiting. Sitting in first place currently, Manuel Cruz. Manny Cruz, 17 pounds, 9 ounces. In second, Nathan Quintz, 17.4. In third, Thomas Waltz, 16 pounds, 10 ounces. In fifth, Michael Nutter, 16.7. And rounding out your top 5 on the boater side, Robert Brennan with 16 pounds and 3 ounces. Moving on to the non-boater right now. Robert Serra, 10 pounds even. In second, Ron Stierstoffer. In second with 9.7. In third, Vinny Mucci with 9.5. In third, Patrick Stazowitzki with 9.5. And rounding out your top 5, Bobby Smith, 9.3. 9.3. And let's keep this weigh-in rolling. Coming up next out of Delaware, Mark Hogan. I just ran down that leaderboard, but Mr. Mark says he's going to move in there somewhere. Bringing us 5 today on the boater side. 12 pounds, 15 ounces for you, Mark. 12 pounds, 15 ounces. Coming up next, Kevin Hagerman out of Pennsylvania. Kevin out of the state of Pennsylvania bringing us 5 fish today. 5 fish for Kevin. 11 pounds, 13 ounces, 11.13. Next up, Maryland non-boater, Tyler Hawthorne. Tyler's bringing us 3 fish today for you, Tyler. Solid start, huh?
Yeah, not too bad. It's getting tough a little bit out there.
Well, not getting too tough for you. 8 pounds, 9 ounces, all the way up to 8th place. 8th place for the Maryland non-boater. Next up, on the boater side, out of New Hampshire, Kevin Miller. Kevin's bringing us 4 fish today. 10 pounds and an ounce for you, Kevin. 10 pounds and an ounce. Thank you. Next up, Stephen Condi out of Rhode Island on the non-boater side. Stephen Condi, 3 fish, 7 pounds and an ounce. 7 pounds and an ounce for you, 27th place. Next up, I know we're going to hear a roar for this guy, Amos Dixon, Delaware boater. And Amos is bringing us 5 today. Met Amos last year at the Bass Nation Championship, bringing us 5 more. 5 more today, 10-1, little work to do tomorrow.
That's right, a lot of work to do tomorrow.
Well,
hopefully we can get them.
Yep, hopefully you can get them, Amos. Thank you. Next up, New Hampshire non-boater, Peter Owen. Peter's bringing us 3 fish, non-boater side. Solid start, 8 pounds even all the way to 15th place. 15th place for Peter. Next up, another non-boater. This non-boater out of Connecticut, Neil Talento. Neil is bringing us 3 fish today. Looks like a good start to day 1.
Not great.
Let 5'11", 44th. Upgrade a little bit tomorrow. Next up, Brian LeClaire. Brian out of Delaware bringing us a 5 fish limit. Right here in the middle, Brian. And it looks like a really solid bag as well. Look out. 16 pounds, 12 ounces. Brian LeClaire all the way up to 3rd place. 3rd place for this Delaware boater. Next up, boater out of Rhode Island, Tyler Condi. Tyler's bringing us 5 fish. 5 fish for Tyler. Solid start for you, Tyler. 12-12, 34th place. See how far you can move up tomorrow. And we're going to wait for these tanks to load back up. Want to thank all of our wonderful anglers this week from all the states represented. Thank you guys for fishing with us. And of course, we want to give a huge shout out to our host this week, Charles County, Maryland. Charles County, Maryland, right here on the Potomac River. And again, a huge thanks to Maryland Bass Nation. They really helped get all this set up. A lot of the stuff squared away before we ever got here. Let's roll this next non-boater out of Ontario, Canada. Right on up, Remy Finelli. Right here in the middle, Remy. Bringing us 2 fish today. 2 fish today. 3 pounds, 14 ounces for you. 3 pounds, 14 ounces. Thank you, sir. Next up, Maine boater, Jonathan Carter. Jonathan's bringing us 5. A good sack for Jonathan Carter. 14 pounds, 14 ounces for Jonathan Carter. Sitting in 19th place, man. Next up, out of New Jersey, Zachary Queenie. Zachary Queenie. I see his boater over here taking some pictures. Looks like he might have a pretty good bag on the non-boater side. 3 fish, looking for 10-1 to take over the lead. 10 pounds, 5 ounces, all the way to 1st place on the non-boater side, Zachary Queenie. Zachary Queenie, New Jersey, non-boater. Zachary Queenie, 3 fish, 10 pounds, and 5 ounces, all the way to 1st place. Coming up next, Delaware boater Jim Short. Right here in the middle, Jim. Right here in the middle. Hey, we want everybody to see you. Watching back home, man. 13 pounds, 10 ounces for Jim Short. Good start. 29th place currently. Non-boater out of New Hampshire, Michael Stewart. Michael Stewart, 3 fish. Another solid non-boater bag. Michael Stewart, 8th place, 8 pounds and 12 ounces. Moving right along. Dean Divesty out of New York. He's a boater. Dean's bringing us 5. £6 9 ounces, Dean. 6 pounds 9 ounces. Next up, out of New Hampshire, Timothy Dubé.
Overthinking it.
No, Emily told me that, John. Yeah, she's messing with you. 12 pounds and 3 ounces, 40th place. 40th place for you, Tim. Next up, out of New York, John Mitat. John's bringing us 3 fish right there in the center. Right there in the center. Want everybody watching back home on Bassmaster.com to see. Good start for John. 8 pounds, 11 ounces. Rockets right up into 9th place. 9th place for currently. Next up, Maine boater Nick Deering. No, man, I'm ready to go. 5 fish for Nick.
I just want to say happy birthday to my sister.
Nice. Good start to you as well. 13 pounds, 4 ounces, 34th place. 34th place. See you tomorrow, Nick. Next up, Mark Mounts. Mark rolling out of Pennsylvania. 3 fish, non-boater side. 6'9", 6'9" for you, Mark. 38th place currently. Next up, Ontario boater. Bringing us 5 fish today, Jason Gramata. Jason Gramata, 5 fish limit. 5 fish today. 11, 13, 11, 14, 13.
I know we're not doing any interviews, but I got to say hi to my 3-year-old daughter, Millie, who's watching me. Love you.
Well, that's no problem. Hey, Millie. Coming up next, Sammy Chowan out of Massachusetts. Sammy bringing us 3 on the non-boater side right here in the middle for us. Solid start, 6 pounds, 9 ounces, 38th place, man. Upgrade a little bit tomorrow and you could be sitting there on day number 3. Coming up next, Maryland boater Justin Bronson. Justin Bronson bringing us 5 fish. 12 pounds, 8 ounces for you, Justin. 12-8. 41st place currently. Let's keep this thing rolling. Let's bring up Devin Hines, Connecticut non-boater. Devin Hines bringing us 3 fish today, non-boater side. Non-boater side. Solid start, 7 pounds and an ounce. Got you in 31st right now, Devin, 31st. Next up, Brian Morin. Brian representing New Hampshire this week. Brian's bringing us 2 on the boater side. £4 pounds, 7 ounces for you. 4 pounds, 7 ounces. Next up, Rob Ross out of Massachusetts. 3 fish today. 3 fish for Mr. Rob. Right here in the middle. Right here in the middle. Right here. Front and center. Front and center. 7 pounds, 8 ounces. 26th place. Hanging out around that cut line, man. Next up, Vermont non-boater Jason Botani. Jason bringing us 1 today. 1 today. And Jason, also the president of Vermont. We appreciate all you do. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. And again, Jason's president of Vermont. We can't do any of this without all of our wonderful state presidents from all the states. And you've seen quite a few of them come across this stage this week. No, it didn't. And again, as we are closing in on the final few anglers, want to give a huge shout out to all of our wonderful Bassmaster sponsors. TNT Fireworks is your title sponsor this week of the Bassmaster Bass Nation Series for the year, and all of our wonderful platinum sponsors: Toyota Progressive, Bass Pro Shops, Minn Kota, Nitro Boats, Power Pole, Dakota Lithium, Humminbird, Mercury Ranger, Rapala, Skeeter Boats, and Yamaha. We're getting a few more loaded up in these tanks. Only a couple guys left. We've weighed in 205 anglers today. It looks like everybody's catching them. Coming up next, boater out of Rhode Island, Christian Hogue. Christian's bringing us 4 fish today. 4 fish for you, Christian, right here in the middle, right here in the middle. Get a weight on these 4. 9 pounds, 8 ounces, 9 pounds, 8 ounces for you, Christian. Next up, Cameron Norton, Massachusetts, non-boater. Cameron bringing us 3 fish today. 3 fish today for Cam. Solid start, 7 pounds, 15 ounces, 20th place currently, Cam. 20th place currently. Chris, a lot of guys catching them today. 207 weighed in, so they're a lot of guys doing some good work this week.
These Nation guys, they're just like the elite pros. You hear them at registration talking about how tough it is and all these 15 to 17-pound limits. Incredible fishery. We know it's fishing tougher than maybe in the past, but it's still got a boatload of fish. We're going to see an interesting day tomorrow. Some of these guys that maybe struggled, didn't quite get those, mid to upper teens bags are going to get them tomorrow, and we're going to shuffle the leaderboard and see who makes that final day, that championship Friday.
That's right, and there's plenty of 4 and 5 pounders in this fishery to make some moves. Let's bring the next boater up out of Pennsylvania, Phil Coffin. Phil bringing us 5 fish. 5 fish right there in the middle, Phil, right there in the middle. Solid start for Phil, 14.5 all the way up to 25th place. Phil Coffin going to weigh 1 for big fish, and it is a good one. Looking for 5.12 to tie. 5.13 to take over big fish. 4 pounds, 3 ounces for you, Phil. 4 pounds, 3 ounces. Good luck. Sitting in 25th place currently. Next up, Maryland boater, Tim McGlynn. Tim bringing us 3 right here in the middle. Tim, 3 fish today. 7 pounds, 14 ounces for you. 7.14. Next up, Ontario boater Tucker Bedard. 2 fish today for Tucker. Right here in the middle. Right in the middle. Tucker's bringing us 2 today. 4 pounds, 4 ounces. 4 pounds, 4 ounces. Bringing up our non-boater out of Maine, Randy Marshall. Randy Marshall bringing us 3 fish today. 3 fish today for Randy. In the middle. Want everybody to look at that camera out there? They got to see you. 7 pounds, 15 ounces for Randy. Tied for 20th. Man, a solid start. Solid start. Right inside that cut currently. Next up, Delaware boater Craig Morris. Craig's bringing us 5 right there in the middle for you, Craig. Right here in the middle. 5 fish. Looks like a solid start for you.
Yep, I hope so. Need every ounce I can get.
Solid start, 13 pounds, 14 ounces. 28th place currently. 28th place currently. Right outside that cut. Next up, out of Maine, Bruce Wood on the non-boater side. Bruce, bring us one fish today. One fish, Bruce. Right here in the middle, right here in the middle. Right here. 3 pounds, 3 ounces, Bruce. 3 pounds, 3 ounces. One good one. One good one. Final flights making their way in now. Final flights making their way in now. While we got another little break, let's run down our top 5 on each side. Top 5 currently on the boater side. In first place, Manny Cruz, 17 pounds and 9 ounces. In second, Nathan Quince, 17.4. 17.4 in third, Brian LeClaire, 16 pounds and 12 ounces. Right behind him is Mr. Thomas Waltz, 16 pounds and 10 ounces. And rounding out your top 5 on the boater side, Michael Nutter, 16 pounds and 7 ounces. On the non-boater side, top 5 on the non-boater side. In first, Zachary Queenie, 10 pounds and 5 ounces. In second place, Robert Serrer with 10 pounds even. In third, Ron Stierstoffer with 9.7. In fourth, Vinny Muzzi with 9.5. Also in fourth place, there's a tie right there, Patrick Stazowitzki with another 9.5. And rounding out your top 6 on the non-boater side, Bobby Smith with 9.3. 9.3. Looks like we got one boater ready to go right here in the tanks, but we're going to let them load up these next 2, see if we can get the entire last few anglers in the tanks before we roll them through. Again, while I see a bunch of team reps still out here, I want to thank you guys. We can't do this without you. You make it super easy on me. If you're on your state team and you see your team rep, go give them a big hug, a big thank you. We really appreciate all they do. Again, like I said, they make my job nice and easy. Your state presidents, your team reps, thank you guys so much. All right, let's go ahead and get these last few guys across the stage. Boater out of New York, George Yund. 5 fish for you today, 5 fish. Really good start. 15 pounds, 2 ounces, all the way up to 15th place. Go ahead and hold a couple of those up. Yep, hold a couple of those up, George. Out of New York on the boater side, George Yund. 5 fish, 15th place. 15 pounds and 2 ounces. And again, all these guys on their state teams, 10 boaters, 10 non-boaters. At the conclusion of this tournament, 1 boater and 1 non-boater from each state team will punch their ticket to the Bass Nation Championship down there in Lake Hartwell, Anderson, South Carolina, right there at the famous, fabulous Green Pond Landing. Coming up next, non-boater out of Massachusetts, Michael Tremarchi. $7 pounds even for Michael. 36th place. 36th place. Now, these non-boaters really caught him good this week. Coming up next, boater out of Pennsylvania, Andrew Getzy. Andrew? Right there in the middle. Right in the middle, Andy. He says tough day, but he's bringing 5, so he's going to keep himself in it. 8 pounds, 10 ounces. 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Go catch a big bag tomorrow. Next up, non-boater out of Maryland, Charlie Clifford. This is the one that we've all been waiting on. Charlie bringing us 3 fish today. 7-3, 33rd place, sitting solid, man. And with that, that concludes our day number 1 weigh-in at the TNT Fireworks Bass Nation Northeastern Regional. Give these anglers a huge round of applause. They really caught them, and I better print this ticket for Charlie. Again, thank all you guys watching back home on Bassmaster.com. And, of course, thank all you anglers and all the fans and supporters that came out to watch these guys fish. Give yourselves a big round of applause. And one last rundown from all of our wonderful sponsors. TNT Fireworks is your title. Toyota Progressive, Bass Pro Shops, Minn Kota, Nitro, Power Pole, Dakota Lithium, Humminbird, Mercury, Ranger, Rapala, Skeeter, and Yamaha. Thank you, guys.